Hey guys, what's up? How ya doing? I'm here to talk to you guys about Dragon Quest Dai no Daai Boken, or Dragon Quest The Adventure of Dai, which is on episode 78. This episode right here was actually pretty nice, and I'm looking forward to the next episode. Every cliffhanger is always horrible, and every week feels too long, but it will feel short eventually, so if anything else, yeah. Let's just talk about episode 78. This episode right here, sick, like I said, so let's go. We had to Crocodile corner Zalboera, and Zalboera decides to feign innocence and asks him to spare him, you know? And Crocodile was actually going to, looks like he was gonna accept Zalboera's, innocence, or should I say giving up kind of thing, but Crocodile actually saw through Zalboera after Zalboera reveals what he was trying to do, you know? He had some toxin in his body. He's trying to, infect Crocodile and turn him into, his own, minion whatsoever, you know? You get the idea. However, Crocodile, like I said, knew this was coming and actually corners Zalboera and ends up killing him with this beast redemption blast whatsoever, you know? And Crocodile ends up talking to the old man who he became affiliated or became a friend with for ever since Paprika Kingdom, you know, when he showed up there, etc. Although the old man says, you were my enemy, that's for sure, but you see here, you being a better person and all that, trying to make amends, that's what makes you who you are, and that's what I like about you, you know? So it's all good, it's all good here and there. I mean, this guy right here, he was downright pathetic, evil, and greedy. That's all he was. He never cared for anything but himself, you know? Which is pretty much true, you know? Etc. Then we go to a scene with, Hyunkuro fighting off the monsters, but someone else ends up showing up, and that's him. Him himself, the guy who was the pawn of Hadler, somehow he managed to survive through his pure will and spirit that allows him to grow as a powerful living being now. He's no longer a pawn to Hadler, but he's now the will of Hadler, or should I say the spirit of Hadler. It's kind of confusing. What it was explained in this episode that him survived through sheer willpower despite being killed or possibly defeated by Hyunkuro after falling off, you know? But after hearing the cries of his comrades and Hadler being destroyed, he knew he had to live to fight for his comrades and so forth, you know? Eventually, Hyunkuro ends up seeing him transform into some kind of greater being, you know? After a monster tries to attack him, it had no effect on him, and him could only be angered after they insulted about Lord Hadler, you know? And him ends up transforming into something greater, with him having longer hair in the back of his head now, growing longer hair, and now he ends up defeating every single, monster, you know? He even used something called Aura, or Toki, you know? Which is something that's very, related to Hyunkuro himself, you know? And we get to see to it that Hyunkuro realizes that it's him that's reincarnated as Hadler, you know? And the way he emitted was actually aura. No non-living being should be able to do that, you know? Which is pretty much true in a certain way. Him as a freaking, non-living object should not be able to use Toki or aura at all. But maybe because after reincarnating or evolving, him was able to do so without no problem, you know? Eventually, we have to it that we get to see a scene with Crocodile, and Chewie decides to go up to the Vern Palace along with the guy in the ghost costume, you know, which we all know who that is. But that aside, yeah, that was some funny stuff here and there. Crocodile, the guy in the ghost costume, and Chewie decides to get ready to get going, you know. Crocodile sees a lot of good in Chewie right now and has great hopes for him, you know, and so forth. As for Hyunkuro, he ends up clashing against him, and it looks like him ends up emitting some kind of powerful attack and ends up punching Hyunkuro very badly, and it looks like Hyunkuro was about to give up because, you know, Hyunkuro, we have to understand this. This guy has been exhausted fighting monsters, and he's been using a lot of his aura, many times. He used Grand Cross at least the second time already. The first time was against the fire death circle, and then now against a horde of monsters. Hyunkuro is already exhausted, but him did not care and knows that Hyunkuro is better than that. He knows that Hyunkuro is actually much stronger than he is right now, you know? Than what he is meant to be. Eventually, Hyunkuro looks like he was about to give up, but after having a vision of his master and his friends, his master Alban tells him, hey, make sure you give up only after you tried everything, you know? And that gives the motivation for Hyunkuro to get back up, you know? And this is really nice right here. Despite, you know, an injured warrior Hyunkuro is, he decides to fight now, maybe not for himself, but for all of his friends, you know? And maybe for, and so forth. But we have to it that him was actually happy about this because he actually sees Hyunkuro as an eternal rival, you know? I mean, we all know the rivalry started the day of the episode where freaking like Hyunkuro like pierced like him's skull, and they had antagonistic feelings towards one another. But eventually right now, like him now respects Hyunkuro very much, seeing how he's able to get back up and fight him multiple times and defeat him one time, you know? And now him really is happy to see Hyunkuro's not giving up yet, you know, as Hyunkuro does the same and get ready for combat. Next episode's gonna decide it all. I really want next week to come about real fast, but whatever. But next week is gonna suck very badly for me because next week, if you guys be keeping up with stuff here and there, FanimeCon is coming up very soon. So yeah, it's gonna suck knowing that I'm gonna have to like find a way to like take care of some stuff and then catch up, and then yeah, oh man, dude, what a So until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace out, bye bye. Toot toot.